Hello and welcome to Easy Stories in English, the show that will take your English from okay to good and from good to great. I am Ariel Goodbody, your host for this show. Today I am talking about writing. Maybe you really like the podcast and you want to write your own stories, but you don't know where to start. How do you write? How do you start writing? Well, this video is for you. Today, I am going to show you 5 ways to start writing. Okay? So, way number 1 is free writing. Free writing is a really simple concept. First, you take a piece of paper or a notebook, you take your pen and you set a timer on your phone. So maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And a timer is when you put time on your phone and the time goes down to 0. So during that time, for 5 or 10 minutes, you write, and you write and write and write, and you do not stop. So maybe at first you write, I don't know what to write. This is very hard. What am I doing? But if you do it enough, a really nice story can come out. Actually, often when you free write, the writing isn't good, it's not great, but it frees you. It takes away that pressure, that stress about writing. If you free write first thing or early in the morning, then you can write much more later in the day. Or that's what many writers do. Now, I don't free write very much, but there was a time where I free wrote every day. And I have a few notebooks of just free writing. So if I open this, there are, let's see, this one starts on the 1st of November 2018. And the last free write was on, let's see, the 5th of May 2018. That doesn't make sense. Wait. Did I write the date wrong? 1 minute. Huh. Sorry. So this book starts on the 11th of January 2018 and ends on the 5th of May 2018. So this book is 4 months of free writing. And sometimes I go through and I read it, and sometimes there are really good ideas in here. Or just sometimes there was an okay idea, but because I free wrote it, afterwards I could make it a really good idea. Way number 2 is write your own ending. Maybe there is a TV show or a book that you really liked, but the ending was bad, or you just didn't like the ending. Well, write your own ending. This is an easy way to start writing because you already have the story and the characters and the setting, the place, the world, and you just have to write the story part. And if you really like the show or book, then you will be excited to write. Maybe you want to write a new ending for Game of Thrones because that is a series which was very popular, but the ending was not very popular. Personally, I didn't write an ending, but I did write a story in another world. You might know the Elder Scrolls video games. So the most popular ones are the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion and the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. They are very popular fantasy games. And I really love the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So I wrote a story in that world. This actually has a name when you write in another world, in another story. It's called fan fiction. A lot of people have a very negative, a very bad view of fan fiction. They think fan fiction is bad. They say it is lazy, that the writing is usually bad. But I do not agree. I think fan fiction is a really good way to start writing, and it can be very fun. And if you write a good fan fiction story, you can put it online on a website like Archive of Our Own, which is a fan fiction website, and other people can read it. Other fans can read it and comment. Way number 3 is to use pictures to inspire you, to help you. So if you come to the Easy Stories in English live streams, then you will know these cards. These cards are from a game called Dixit. And the cards have beautiful pictures on them. And these pictures are really imaginative. By the way, if you want to know more about the game Dixit and you want to know how to play Dixit, go to easystoriesinenglish.com/paper, because at the end of that episode, I talk about Dixit. So Dixit cards are really good to inspire a story. You can shuffle the cards and take 3 cards, and then you use those 3 pictures to help make ideas for your story. And you can even do it as beginning, middle, and end. Another type of card that I recently got is tarot cards. Again, go to easystoriesinenglish.com/paper, and at the end of that episode, I talk a bit about tarot cards. So these are the tarot cards I have. They can be used as normal cards for playing games. You can also use them to read the future, but I use them for writing. So again, I take 3 cards and I use the pictures and the meanings of the cards to help me. Of course, if you don't want to spend money, if you don't want to buy these things, you can always go on Google and find nice pictures, maybe of nature, maybe interesting pictures. There is so much available online right now to help you. Way number 4 is to do Nanowrimo. Nanowrimo stands for, it is short for National Novel Writing Month. Nanowrimo is an event that happens in November, and the idea is to write a whole novel, a whole book in 1 month. Oof, it's difficult, right? Well, more specifically, you write 50,000 words, because that is more or less the first version of the novel. But don't worry, you are not alone. During NaNoWriMo, there are events. Maybe in your city, you can go and write with other people. There are parties. There are online forums, places to talk and discuss. There is so much, and NaNoWriMo is really, really fun. You have to be a bit crazy to do it, but it's really, really good. I have done NaNoWriMo 6 times, and I have made some really good friends doing NaNoWriMo. Unfortunately, it's mainly popular in Europe and America. I know in many parts of the world there are not NaNoWriMo events, but there is a big online community. Basically, the goal of NaNoWriMo, the idea is that you do not think, ooh, is this writing good? Is this good? Does this make sense? No, you just have to write the words, because when you start writing, you are always thinking, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. And you have to get over that thought. You have to you have to win against that thought. If you think this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, you will not be able to write a lot. Okay, so NaNoWriMo pushes you and makes you write a lot, and then afterwards you can write better. Way number 5 is to write a fairy tale. So a fairy tale is a story like Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White, a very, very classic kind of story. If you listen to the podcast Easy Stories in English, I often use fairy tales there. Fairy tales are great because they have a very similar structure. They are built in a very similar way. Usually there is repetition, there are people, characters who come up, who appear in many fairy tales. And that makes it easy to write because you do not have to think about everything. You can just use a classic idea. Actually, I really like adapting fairy tales. So adapting is when you take a fairy tale that already exists, a classic fairy tale, and you write your own version. You rewrite the fairy tale. So for example, maybe you read Snow White and then you write Snow White, but it is your Snow White. The great thing with fairy tales is often there is one fairy tale in many countries, but each country has a slightly different version. In every country, the fairy tale is different. So you can read all of the different versions and then write your version. I really love doing this. Or you can write your own fairy tale. I did that on the podcast. I wrote The Very Hungry Dragon. If you go to easystoriesinenglish.com/dragon, you can read my original fairy tale. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video was useful and that you can start writing. If you do try free writing, NaNoWrimo, any of these things, write below, write a comment and tell me. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that, but my stomach went, so I think I am hungry. Speaking of hungry, we have Alejandro. How are you, Alejandro?
Very good. Actually, I was writing.
Oh, Alejandro. Well, I'm sorry. You were writing and I took you.
It's okay.
So what were you writing, Alejandro?
Well, I was writing a list of food that I want to eat.
Alejandro, that's writing, but it's not really writing, you know?
Oh, well, I think it's very, very fun.
And what is on the list?
Meat, 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 meat. Meat. And Ariel.
Oh, whoa, Alejandro. Not today. He is a very, very bad dragon. Alejandro, I think you should go and write, okay? Write more, eat less.
Okay. Bye.
Well, thank you for watching. Remember, you can listen to the podcast at easystoriesinenglish.com. See you soon.